Good morning. Good morning, tappers. Hope everyone is well. Good to see you. All right, let's get started. I hope everyone's having a good Friday morning. It is the weekend. Time to relax. All right, so this morning we are tapping about magnetizing miracles. And I think a lot of times miracles can sound like a really hefty word and maybe something that's potentially out of reach. But the fact is, miracles occur every day, and most likely, each one of us have experienced some sort of miracle at some point in our lives. So they really could be a lot more commonplace than you think. So I want you to think about something that you want in your life, some change, some shift, outcome, or whatever. And whatever it is, you might be thinking, well, that's not like a big deal. It's not a miracle. But yet, if it's something that you're not experiencing, something that you're disallowing somehow in your life, then a part of you is believing that it's outside the norm. So, we can start to think of these things that we might want as potential miracles and just allow more space to let that unfold in our lives. So, we're going to just tap it out a little bit and really magnetize those miracles flowing to us more easily and understanding that there are miracles all around us. All right. So if you haven't tapped before or it's been a minute, then just as a reminder, we always start with our karate chop point, knife edge side of our hand, moving into top of our head, forehead, side of the eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone, under the armpit, and wrists. All right. And then we'll end again on our karate chop. And just know you do not have to remember any of this. You just follow along with me and you can say what I say. You can switch up the language. You can not repeat it, whatever floats your boat. Okay. All right. So let's take a deep breath. Let's just get settled for a moment, getting comfortable in your chair. And just taking one deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. And again, and out through your mouth. Good. And let's just roll your shoulders back. Loosen up your body a little bit. Good. Feeling your feet connected to the ground, your body supported by the surface that you're on. And let's go ahead and take full responsibility for our own well-being. And we're starting with our karate chop point. I choose to allow miracles. And I choose to love and accept myself. I choose to allow miracles. And I choose to love and honor myself. I choose to allow miracles. And I choose to allow myself to see everything as a miracle. To see that miracles are happening all the time. And as long as miracles are happening, I choose to not resist them. I choose to allow miracles. And I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself and everyone else because we all have the capacity to magnetize miracles into our lives. I choose to allow miracles. I choose to allow miracles. I choose to co-create miracles. I've done so in the past, and part of me might doubt that, but I choose to release that doubt. I acknowledge the truth that miracles have happened in my life. And maybe getting up this morning was even a miracle. And what if I chose to see it that way? And if I'm already allowing some miracles, what miracles do I think I need to resist? All this need to resist miracles. Everything is energy. And I am connected to the source of all things, which means I could allow anything. And nothing is too good for me. Not even if it seems miraculous. Because life is a miracle. And I am a miracle. And I choose to acknowledge that. I choose to clear my doubts about that. Because if I am a miracle, then why should I resist other miracles? And any reasons that might come to mind, I'm clearing away all those doubts that I'm worthy of miracles. Because I am absolutely worthy. Even staying alive by breathing oxygen is really quite miraculous. And I'm worthy and deserving of that and so much more. And maybe I'm afraid to allow miracles. And maybe it just depends on what I call a miracle. Is a miracle just something I don't understand? And perhaps that's why I resist it. Maybe I'm afraid of what I don't understand. Walking on water would be a miracle. And I might be pretty scared if I could do that. And I tend to resist things that scare me. There might be other things I resist because a part of me might be fearful, fearful that certain things are too big of a miracle for me, like having better health in my life. A part of me might be scared to be healthier than I am, or to have more money. What I am afraid of is the extent to which I don't have things in my life, is the extent to which I am resisting them. So these things that I haven't yet allowed might seem too miraculous. And maybe I'm afraid I couldn't handle it, but I choose to know that I could because I'm actually handling miracles all the time. I am experiencing miracles all the time. And it's easy to downplay it and believe that they're not miracles, like the fact that I'm breathing or the fact that electricity is flowing through my home. And it's easier to say that those things aren't miracles. And it's safe to argue that those aren't miracles. And even if I don't understand how those work, I'm ready to consider otherwise. I'm releasing that resistance. I'm releasing the resistance to miracles. And I am allowing miracles. There are things that I know that I want right now. And I might say it would take a miracle. And I choose to be okay with that. In fact, I say, bring it on. Bring on those miracles because I know I can handle it. Because I am a miracle myself. And there is nothing too good for me. Clearing all of my doubts about that. releasing those doubts at a cellular level, releasing them all the way back through my childhood. Nothing is too good for me. Nothing is too wonderful to happen to me. Because pretty much anything that I want, it's happened for someone else. So I know it's not impossible. And even though it feels like it would take a miracle, I'm allowing those miracles to unfold. I'm allowing all the possibilities. I'm allowing the space for miracles to occur, releasing the need to have it all figured out or to get into the weeds of where, when, how, because that part is not for me to figure out. My job is to simply be open and easy, open to allowing miracles, allowing them into every fiber of my being. Realizing that there are so many miracles I experience every day. And if so many things are miracles, then nothing is too big for me to allow into my life. I am worthy and deserving of miracles. And I'm expecting wonderful things to happen for me. I am open to allowing miracles. I am allowing the idea of miracles to feel more comfortable. All the resistance to the possibility of miracles is dissolving, and I am becoming more and more aligned with my desires. Miracles are on their way to me, and I am attracting them with clarity and ease. All doubts that tell me otherwise have melted out of my cells. I am free, expectant, and excited for what's to come in body, mind, and spirit. So take a deep breath. Let all of this settle within your body. And let's take one more deep breath and hold it at the top. Hold, hold, hold. And release fully. 'Cause All right, y'all. Wonderful job. Thank you for showing up, practicing, trying this out. I hope you feel like miracles are on their way to you because they are. Just trust in that, feel it, and keep tapping it out. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care.